Are you planning to get married in Turkey as a foreigner? If your answer is yes, then this video is for you. Just keep on watching. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is the Zoral fam. If you're new to my channel, my name is Janeth. I'm Filipino and I'm based in Izmir, Turkey. And in this channel, I'm talking about everything related to relationships, interracial marriage, travel tips, and everything in between. So for today's video, I'm going to talk about how to get married in Turkey as a foreigner. Getting married in Turkey is pretty straightforward as long as your documents are complete, obviously. So in this vlog, we'll talk about the requirements and then the steps. So I hope that it will be helpful for you if you're planning to get married in Turkey. Okay, so let's get started. So for the foreign partner, so in my case, I prepared 5 documents. So the first one is my birth certificate. Number 2 is my certificate of no marriage. We call it CENOMAR, certificate of no marriage in the Philippines. And in some countries, they call it certificate of no impediment to marriage, or simply the singleness certificate. Now, for these 2 requirements, you have to make sure that they are apostilled. So in the Philippines, we apostille all our documents at the Department of Foreign Affairs. In other countries, they will just simply require you to have them notarized. Okay, so your birth certificate and your certificate of no marriage should be apostilled. Now, just a simple tip. So in my case, I made sure that my certificate of no marriage will be used within 6 months because that's the validity of your CENOMAR. So what I did was I got my certificate of no marriage in August, and then immediately after that, I scheduled an appointment at the Department of Foreign Affairs because, as we all know, we need to spend a lot of time, right? And we need to wait for the appointment. It's not like, oops, next day you have the appointment already, or next week. But in the Philippines, it will take many months. Okay, so in my case, I went to the website of the Department of Foreign Affairs, and that was in August, and then after that I got my schedule in November. So August, September, October, November, 3 months of waiting time. Okay, so after my birth certificate and my certificate of no marriage were apostilled, so I then prepared my passport. I already have my passport, and then the 4th requirement is your biometric photos, 5 biometric photos. And then finally, this is very important, is your health certificate. Okay, now for your Turkish partner, or if your partner is also a foreigner, so you have the same set of requirements. But if your partner is Turkish, so he has 4 to 5 documents needed depending on his circumstance. So number 1 is he should also have his national ID. So we don't have national ID in the Philippines. I think it's coming, but in Turkey they have their national ID, so make sure that he has one. Also make a photocopy of the national ID. Number 2 is he also needs his biometric photos, 5 biometric photos. And then the 3rd one is he should have an address. So obviously you will not get married to someone who doesn't have an address, right? Okay. And then number 4 is the health certificate also. So you can accomplish the health certificate together. And then finally, so this is optional, if your partner has been divorced, so he should get his certificate of dissolution of marriage in Turkey. So just an info, in Turkey, polygamy is illegal. Okay, polygamy is in fact a crime. Okay, so those are the 4 to 5 basic requirements to get married in Turkey. Now let's talk about the steps. So except for the health certificate, make sure that you gather all your documents and then you proceed to the nearest wedding office. So in the case of my husband's location, so we were based in Izmir, so we went to the nearest Izmir wedding office and then we submitted our documents. So birth certificate, my certificate of no marriage, my passport copy. Also, they looked at my original passport, and then the biometric photos. Yes, and from my Turkish partner's part, he submitted his national ID, also photocopy, and his address, biometric photos, and yeah, so just 3 documents for him. So they checked all the documents that we submitted, make sure that the spellings are correct. They just basically they just double check whether all the information there are correct and true. Then the next part is they will give you a piece of paper, just like what I said, and this is like a slip that you will bring to the hospital or to the clinic, and then the clinic will understand. They will know, okay, this is for your wedding preparation or wedding requirement. So after the wedding office, we went to the clinic that my husband chose. Also, you have to research first whether the clinic that you will go to accepts foreigners, because some clinics, they don't do the health check or the health certificate as a requirement for getting married in Turkey. So you have to make sure that they accept. And we spent 2 days there. 1 day was for the test, and the second day was when they released the health certificate. So basically, they just take your blood and then they analyze it, whether you have hepatitis, whether you have other abnormalities, just to make sure that you are healthy. I don't know actually the logic behind it, but they want to make sure that you are healthy and that you don't have any abnormalities in your blood, basically. So they just draw out your blood, and then after that they will tell you, okay, come back the next day, and then you will get the result. So the following day we got the paper, and it was also signed, verified. It was signed by the medical doctor, and then after that we went back to the wedding office, and then the wedding office checked the document, and then after that the wedding officer said, okay, so your documents are complete, you may now schedule your wedding day. So they led us to the ground floor and then to one room, and we met the officiating officer. So I think she was a judge, if I'm not mistaken. And then she just looked at all our documents, and then I think we just spent like 5-10 minutes there, and then she took her book, like it's a schedule book, and then she told us, okay, your earliest available day or schedule is next week. So as far as I can remember, we started processing all our documents on December 20th of last year, and then the schedule that they gave us was December 29. So that's just 9 days of legwork. And then, okay, so we agreed, okay, December 29, we will get married. So after that is, we just waited, we just prepared, we prepared some stuff for a wedding. It was a very intimate wedding. And then, oops, by the way, they will require you to have 2 witnesses. So these 2 witnesses should not be your family members. So they can be your friends or classmates, but definitely not your relative. Okay? And then, okay, so on the wedding day, what happened was, so there were a few couples who got married before us. And then when it was our turn, so we just sat there, and the ceremony was in Turkish, but my husband translated some of the important things to me. And then after that, you just have to prepare your evet, or yes. Okay, so evet is yes in Turkish. So I think, like, do you accept your husband or your wife, or blah blah blah, so things like that. So basically just a formality. And then you can also bring your photographer, but we didn't hire any photographer because they have their photographer there, and you just have to pay him or her after. So we paid our photographer. I forgot the exact amount, but it was not so expensive, and they gave us immediately the printout and the soft copy. And then also on the same day, immediately after the 10-minute ceremony, so they will give you your wedding book. Yeah, this is the red book. So it's very quick. So in the wedding book, you can find also many languages. It's translated in different languages: French, German, Arabic, Greek. Okay, and basically in the red book you have all the information here, your partner's basic information, your basic information as well, and then the stamp and the signature of the officiating priest, the date of the wedding, and that's it. So this is a very important document that you need to get. Okay, anyway, they will not forget this one because this is very important. Okay, so that's it. Those are the basic requirements, steps in getting married in Turkey as a foreigner. So if you have questions, just please leave a comment down below. If there are things that you are still confused, so you can ask a question, I will be very happy to respond to them. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you guys, and I'll see you next time.